The Bitcoin price may potentially be gearing up for an absolutely explosive breakout at some point within the next 72 hours. So let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. Today we're going to discuss the Bitcoin price and this equilibrium that we're stuck in right now. And above all of the technical indicators here, my friends, there is a lot going on in terms of the global markets. And one thing I've also seen thrown around this week is the $1,200 stimulus checks in the US. I've seen all the moon boys, Curbinaccio, these people are getting $1,200 for free. They're going to put it all in Bitcoin. We're going to the moon. So we're going to start up this stream here, my friends. The Dawn is fired up. I hope you are as well. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice, these are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin. Now, if you are subscribed here, you would know on my last stream, I covered in depth how much bearish confluence is potentially in this region. If you're not subscribed, subscribe now and tick the little bell. Because right now, let's do a brief overview again. We do have a potential Adam and Eve double top here on the 4-hour time frame. Could be bearish, right? Then we look in here at the RSI and the MACD histogram. My friends, we also have a clear bearish divergence forming there on the RSI. Also another clear bearish divergence on the MACD histogram on the 4-hour time frame. If we look now, my friends, at the daily time frame, we could see here, if we flip on our moving averages, that we do have a confirmed death cross at this point in time. When we look here, we see the 50 and the 200-day moving averages have crossed, both pointing downwards and both crossing, inherently bearish per classical technical analysis theory. Also, if we pull up our Fibonacci extension targets here, my friends, right, the fib extension of this move, and we pull it down from wick to wick on high to low, we could see here, my friends, that Bitcoin tapped perfectly off of the 0.618 golden Fibonacci extension target, and it is seeing some resistance here at this point in time right now. And for several days now at this point, Bitcoin has been stuck in an equilibrium, and that is all the more apparent when we zoom in on the 4-hour and we see just a bunch of chop and nonsense. Now, I did outline for you guys that with all of this bearish confluence, there's even more. We're going to discuss that as well. I have been speculating short here, and trust me, a bunch of degenerates last night's, they were posting comments, ladies and gentlemen. Get wrecked, Kirby. You see, we're going to the moon now. Bitcoin 6,800. This range, my friends, is so choppy. The whipsaw action in here is so choppy that with my position, I have a small position with a loose stop loss because of the whipsaw action in here. If you go in on the 1 hour, you guys would see, I mean, this is not ideal trading conditions, right? That much chop. Oh, I mean, this is insane. The chop level is insane. So for me, I opted for a smaller position size with a looser stop loss to try and negate the chop to the best of my ability. Sure, if we rip up through these zones here, I will get stopped out. But that little 2% movement or so, my friends, no. The Don did not get stopped out, little James. So you can keep dancing on the tabletops there with your Moonboy hopium of Lamborghinis and moonshot dreams, because the Don is here looking for realistic trading opportunity, my friends. Not a hope and a dream, right? You can hope and dream all you want. I don't see much of anything looking incredibly bullish here at all. We're still underneath this potential bearish resistance structure. Everything I just named for you there in the first several minutes of this stream If we go out to the weekly, we're still under the 50 moving average. We're still underneath the 21-week moving average. And for me, my friends, you have to keep in mind here as well that the global equities markets saw a positive week here, okay? Bitcoin, per my analysis and per my observations, has been very closely following the turmoil in the global equities markets, right? And do you think that it's just a coincidence that we've seen Bitcoin tanking over the past month and then the global markets have a up week here and Bitcoin sees its up week here? I don't know, my friends. I mean, I think that we're still just seeing a very closely correlated market here between, global equities and the Bitcoin price. And the fact of the matter is, for me, is that it would be expected per that trend, per the correlation, that this week would have been positive for Bitcoin. But now we have to worry about this, in my opinion, my friends, because we're seeing right now that today, sparked the first sell-off of the week, right? And it is the end of the trading week here, but we have to understand that this was the first day of the week that the price action was actually starting to sell off harshly again in the global equities market. So if next week opens up a little bit weak for the global equities, I mean, if the correlation is going to continue, mix all of that bearish confluence together with the Bitcoin price here, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see the price go down, right? Doesn't mean it has to happen, but I'm just mixing it all together that, in my opinion, the probability right now certainly favors the bears over the bulls in this exact region. That's just my own opinion and speculation. In order for me to get actually bullish here, we need to at least get above really 8,000, and we need to hold up in this region. If anything below here for me still looks very bearish. Now, this is a time where we're seeing a ton of people talk about a ton of different things relative to the economy, right? I'm sure with the Fed QE announcement, which I've covered on this channel as well. Again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe now, my friends, and tick the little bell. I do very in-depth analysis here on Bitcoin nearly each and every day. The Fed they've announced a QE program to try and stimulate the global markets, right? Or rather the US market in particular. And for me right now, my friends, that does indicate a potential a potential inflationary period here for the US dollar. And we are seeing that right now. Just since that announcement, I mean, the US dollar has lost over 4% on the DXY here after that announcement of essentially unlimited quantitative easing, aka money printing, right? So we're seeing that the dollar is growing weak, and that should, in theory, provide some pop to these markets as they are injecting capital, right? And that in and of itself could be bullish for Bitcoin. But what we have to understand here as well, my friends, the world right now is certainly in turmoil. And this leads me to my next point. There's now a stimulus check going out to very specific people in the US, right? They have to make under a certain amount of money per year. They have to meet certain parameters, right? And the people receiving these stimulus checks, they need the stimulus check. Most of them are not able to work right now due to the obvious situation at hand. They're out of work, and their salary is basically telling the government that these people should get some aid. They need government help based on their salary level, right? So that is why they're receiving a check, okay? If they have a family, they need to buy food and supplies, okay? They need to pay their electricity bill, their water bill. And like I've just stated, the government is recognizing that based off this person's salary, they probably need some help here since they don't have a source of income right now with the current situation. I've been seeing so many moon boys talking about, don't you see, Kirby, that $1,200 stimulus check, they're going to put it all in Bitcoin and it's going to the moon. So if you go on the street and give a homeless guy $20, do you really think that there's any possibility that he's going to go to buy Bitcoin somewhere? No, my friends, we all know what he's doing with that $20. I hope he buys food, but a lot of them will do other things with that $20 as well. But to me, it's the same thing. you're giving somebody who's in need of real things, not Bitcoin. Okay, they're in need of food. Their bills need to be paid. Their family needs to be taken care of. The government has identified that this is a person in need at this point in time. Here is a check. Okay, that's what they're doing. And all of these people across social media, it's actually disgusting to me at this point, ladies and gentlemen. They're pushing this narrative that these people who are in need of a $1,200 check to feed their family and get essential and necessary supplies for this current point in time. And these people are shilling the narrative that, don't you get it, Kirby? These millennials, they're going to be putting that $1,200 check right into Bitcoin. You watch, you'll see. Is this real life? This, to me, my friends, is the pure epitome of the disillusion and inverse reality that these moon boys are living in. To me, it's just completely unjustified. It is a complete and utter state of disillusion, and it, to me, has absolutely no validity at all. I mean, if there was ever something to call hopium, I think that that's it. You think that people receiving government aid because of their layoff from work to feed their family and take care of what needs to be taken care of during a time of turmoil, you think that they're going all in on Bitcoin. And let's just be real here. Let's say that a lot of people did go all in on Bitcoin with that check that they so desperately need for basic life necessities. Let's say they did hypothetically go all in on Bitcoin. Do you understand, my friends, that $1,200 is roughly about, what are we talking about here? 0.2 Bitcoin, right? Something around there, close, 0.18 Bitcoin, right? Whatever it is right now. You're telling me that these people putting $1,200 checks into the Bitcoin price is going to moon Bitcoin. Get out of here, man. That is so ludicrous. That doesn't do anything. One entity could move the market much further than 100,000 people, I'm ballparking here, dropping their entire $1,200 check into Bitcoin. Even if it was 1 million people dropping a $1,200 check into Bitcoin. My friends, you have to understand here that little retail Joe, little James, with their $1,200 worth of Bitcoins, they don't move the market, my friends. And to me, this narrative is just rubbing me the completely the wrong way. I mean, I'm almost lost for words here. You hear I'm jumbling my words. It's just, this is off the rails, ladies and gentlemen. It's off the rails. Going all time, I said, crazy James. It provoked the song right out of me, because, my friends, it's blasphemy, it's ludicrous, and to me, it's a topic that needed to be discussed and put to bed right now, okay? For me, this trend still looks very bearish. There's not much to talk about here besides those bearish confluences. I mean, for me, that's it. There's really no update here. I'm still speculating short. If you'd like to see all of my trades in real time, my entries, exits, trade setups, all of it, my friends, I'll be posting it all for you exclusively in VIP. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. Until this breaks, my friends, I mean, there's really not much more to cover here besides the confluences. If it breaks up, well, it's going to basically negate all of the TA. For me, there's so much here in terms of bearish confluence. Even on the 1 day here, don't forget a volume decline, a price incline, classic volume divergence, a bearish volume divergence, right? As when the volume is lacking, you generally tend to not see the best follow through, right? Sure, that could change. We could get a volume spike, but right now, volume's still declining. Price is flatlining after an incline. I mean, looks weak to me there. If we flip on the line chart as well, do not forget, we also could be in a potential rising wedge formation here. Let's just take this. We could be in a rising wedge here on the line chart, which is also inherently bearish, right? You guys see what I'm saying? So for me right now, my friends, the amount of bearish confluence is certainly overwhelming. Doesn't have to play out. Of course, technical analysis is never perfect. But for me right now, I mean, I can't really be bullish at this range until, proven otherwise. So right now, I'm going to continue to look for potentially life-changing trading opportunity. I will keep you all updated in VIP with every single entry, exit, target, position, etc. that I formulate. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you in VIP right now after this video. And my friends, if you could leave a thumbs up for the video, for the algorithm rather, it really does help with the channel. And also a comment. Leave a comment saying anything. Thanks, Kirby. I appreciate it, Kirby. And let me know what you think about that stimulus check, my friends. I mean, that one really rubbed me the wrong way here today. So, be smart, my friends. Don't be a peanut brain here, right? Really use your brain. Too many people in this space live in fantasy land. I mean, it doesn't even seem like they're real. I feel sometimes like I'm living in a simulation where these Bitcoin characters just pop out of nowhere with these absolutely ludicrous claims. You know what I mean? Like it just is beyond me at this point. So let me know what you think about that. Be smart here. Be diligent. I know I'm looking to tentatively crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. So I'll keep you updated in VIP with all of my trades as I look to crush the market. And guys, until next time. The Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.